The Switch port of ARK getting upgraded has pretty much turned November into Dinosaur Month for me. Across that, the Dinosaur Discovery game, the Switch getting that Jurassic World Aftermath collection, and I just couldn't stop there. So on this week's edition of the Steam Deck Performance Series, we are diving into this Steam version of ARK Survival Evolved to see how it can compare and run the game on the go on the Steam Deck versus the Switch port. Now first of all, there are a bunch of different versions of ARK on Steam. When you launch, you get normal version, low in graphics, NVIDIA, low memory, no sky effects. There are a lot of options here, but you can choose pretty much whatever one you want. I did a lot of testing with the original version, low in graphics and low memory, and got the same performance across all of them. Something we'll see more of when we get to battery life. Now let's go into it. The plain truth is that ARK is difficult to run smoothly on the deck. High-end epic settings are doomed to drop into the 20s on frame rate and below, even if you tank the resolution and scaling down to look pretty bad. So let's go down a little bit. Medium can certainly get us to a smooth frame rate, but you'll have to do a little bit more than that. Drop it down to medium, drop the resolution down to 1157 by 720, and you'll get a pretty stable 30 FPS with very occasional dips into the high 20s. Though if you really want it to run high on frame rate, you can drop it down to low settings, getting it to run in the 40s and 50s, though I wouldn't call it pretty in that mode. If we're comparing it to the Switch version, medium is going to be a little bit better than the Switch, but low definitely looks worse. So the sweet spot is going to be what you want more, frame rate or good looking graphics. If you want a decent looking game, you do what we went over earlier with 720p in medium settings, locking the Steam Deck down to 30 FPS to get a solid 30 for most of the game. But if you're okay with low and the game really not looking good, you can lock the Steam Deck to 40 FPS with that special 40 Hz mode that they added in an update, and you'll get a solid and stable 40 FPS forever. But again, that's all on what you would prefer, and either one is still more stable than the Switch's 20 to 30 FPS. And that's all I got for performance, so let's go into battery life. If you go for 40 FPS or unlocked on low settings, you're going to get about an hour and a half out of maximum brightness, and you can add about 15 to 20 minutes if you lower the brightness down. For those that do the 30 FPS lock with medium settings, will get, well, pretty much the same thing. Battery life doesn't really change between the two modes, so you're going to get about an hour and a half to 2 hours depending on your brightness level. Now, as we bring this together, would I recommend ARK to Steam Deck users? If you're okay with getting less than high-end epic settings, sure. We don't get what I would have liked, but you can certainly get some smoothness out of the game on the go, something the Switch port still can't do, despite all the work the new team put into it. It's just worth noting that if you want more than 30 FPS, prepare for the graphics to look below even what the Switch version is currently showing us. I'll be back soon with more Steam Deck performance, and as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.